This is the Chameleon 20 Part 2 presentation by Assistive Touch.
Hello and welcome to the introduction to the Chameleon 20 Part 2. Today I'm going to be showing you the basic features of the editor and Braille editor. They work largely the same with some differences. The first difference is that the editor will produce TXT files that can be shared on most devices and most software programs. The Braille editor produces BRF, or Braille Ready Format documents, that can only be shared to certain types of software and devices that can handle those file types. The editor can open .doc, .docs, PDF, TXT, and a couple of other common file types, whereas the Braille editor can only open BRF or BRL files. Because of how Braille is translated, given different Braille tables, you also cannot have the text-to-speech function running in the Braille editor. So if you would like to be working with speech, you will need to be in the standard editor, not the Braille editor. And the last major difference is that you have another option in the menus of the Braille editor to be able to export your file as a text document somewhere else, so that you can either work on it in speech in your own editor, or you can send it to somebody else who doesn't have a means of reading a Braille file. So first I am going to go through the menu, which is the same for either editor. I'm turning on my device. I'm on the main menu. It says Library. And I'm going to hit E for editor.
Editor.
I could hit enter or a cursor router button on the word editor, and it will open the menu.
Create file.
The first option is create file to open a new one.
Open file.
Open will give you your list of files and folders.
Recently saved.
Recently saved will give you your last 10 documents.
Editor settings.
And editor settings.
Close.
And close. I am going to go back with the home button.
Editor.
I could have hit C for create and hit enter on it, but there is a shortcut you can use anywhere on the device to get to a new document, and that is going to be backspace plus the letter N, which is 1, 3, 4, 5. You can do this anywhere on the device, so it's very useful when you need to quickly jot down something that you've just learned or just read. If you were working in the Braille editor, it would be backspace and the letter B at the same time, or backspace dots 1 and 2. I'm going to hit backspace N, and it didn't say anything, but now showing I have Braille brackets with a Braille cursor in between. I'm going to insert some text for us to work on. Hello.
Hello.
This is just a test for a demonstration. Today is Thursday. I hope you are having a good day. Now, if I wanted to go back and read everything I had written, I can always read it in Braille, of course, but I can also read it with the speech. I'm going to do dots 1, 2, 3 and spacebar to go to the top. Now, one thing I can do while I'm reading is put the device in read mode, which makes it so that no accidental key press is going to insert anything by mistake. That is X with the space, or 1346 with a space.
Battery low, 5%.
Battery low, 5%. Let's escape
Read
out
mode
of
set.
that. Alright, so it said read mode set. Now I am going to do the X again to turn it back to standard edit mode.
Edit mode set.
Edit mode is set. If I wanted to read this whole document, I could do the G chord, or 1245 with a space bar.
Hello, this is just a test. For a demonstration. Today is Thursday. I hope you are having a good day.
Alright.
Top.
I went back to the top with 123 space bar. I could do space bar and the dot 4 to go forward a line.
Hello. This is just a test. For a demonstration. Today is Thursday. I hope you are having a good day.
So it went across the entire line because I hadn't yet hit the enter key.
Day.
I can go word by word by doing dots 2 or 5 with the space bar.
Good. A. Having. R. Having. A. Good. Day.
And I can go letter by letter with dots 3 and 6, which right now doesn't seem to be functioning. So the next thing I am going to show you are some of the commands you can use to start doing some editing. I can tell you that there aren't that many to remember because there are no formatting commands. We can't change the font size or the typeface or the font style itself, adjust margins, things like that. This is just a basic text editor, so we can only do very simple things. One thing we can do is cut, copy, and paste. To do that, we can use our context menu, or we can use S with the Enter key to start and end selection. I am going to go to the top and then touch a cursor router button right before the word hello, and I'm going to hit enter with dots 1, 2, and 4, or the letter S.
Selection start.
Selection start. I'm going to go to the bottom with dots 4, 5, 6 spacebar,
Bottom.
and I'm going to do the same command, enter with the S.
Selection end.
Selection end, and now in Braille, dot 7 and 8 is lined up under everything that is selected, so I know what will happen. If I hit backspace, I'll erase this entire thing. If I start writing, I will get text overwriting this. Or I could stop my selection and unhighlight just by hitting a different cursor router key. Anything that we're going to do, cut, copy, or paste, is going to use the backspace key. Copy is backspace with
Battery
Y.
low, 4%.
We will finish before this is done. Backspace Y. Get rid of that battery message. Backspace Y.
Copied.
It is copied. Backspace X for cut.
Hello, cut. This is just a test. For a demonstration. Today is Thursday.
So it reads everything that was cut. Now my document is blank, and if I do backspace V, everything will come back.
Pasted.
And you can paste between different files without any kind of difficulty between those things. You can cut and copy and paste from books as well if you want to put that text in there. I want to save my changes. So I'm going to do the S chord. You could also do backspace with X to get a save as, where you could rename or change file type or location. I'm not going to do that right now. In a later episode, I will show you how to save to different files and folders. But I'm going to hit S chord.
File name.
File name. Thursday's test. And I'm going to hit enter.
Save. Saved.
And by default, it put it in my documents folder. If you accidentally forget to save and you try to leave your document, it will ask you if you would like to save your different changes before leaving. If I want to go back to this document, I'm going to hit the E chord to escape.
Create file.
And I went back to the very first option in the editor menu. Escape again.
Editor. Braille editor.
Now, one thing to note is that the user guide says you can use backspace and the letter O to open things, but I only ever get that little bing, and I know some other people have that as well. I'm going to hit E for editor,
Editor.
enter,
Create file.
O for open,
Open file. Thursday's test.txt.
enter. Thursday is at the top, but I could go through with my fourth thumb key.
Go to parent. Demonstration.txt.
Demonstration,
Practicing.
practice,
Thursday's test.txt.
Thursday's test, enter.
Top.
All right, so I am back where I was and I went to the top. There are some other things you can do, like a find command, F with the space bar.
Find.
It says find, and I'm going to write
Words.
hope and hit enter. And it doesn't say anything, but it moves the display and puts the cursor right on the word hope. So I actually made a mistake and put 2 P's in this word.
P.
I'm just going to fix that.
Top.
If I wanted to do a find and replace, I could do backspace F.
Find.
I'm going to type in the word hope.
Top. R.
And then I'm going to hit my fourth thumb key,
Replace.
replace. And there is an edit box that has text in there from last time.
X. T.
I'm going to change it to be the word expect and hit the fourth thumb key.
Replace all.
And I have replace all,
Next.
replace next,
Previous.
previous,
Close.
or close. I'm going to say replace all.
Previous. Next. Replace all.
And again, it didn't say anything, but it probably did it. If I do the G chord, we'll read the whole document.
Hello. This is just a test. For a demonstration. Today is Thursday. I expect you are having a good day.
So now it says, expect you are having a good day, instead of hope you are having a good day.
Top.
Back up to the top. If I want to do a find next, which I won't find anything because we erased the word hope, I could do N chord.
End of text.
End of text, it didn't find it. Or I could do P chord to find the previous instance of the word hope.
Beginning of text.
But again, I removed the word hope, so it didn't find anything. So it's spacebar and F to type in what you would like to find, spacebar and N to find the next instance, and spacebar and P to find the previous instance. These are all the same commands you would find in the Braille editor. And last, if you're having trouble remembering any of these commands, or you want to find some extra things like bookmarking, which we'll talk about in a later lesson, you could do M with the space bar. That's 134 space bar for the context menu.
File menu.
Then we get File menu,
Edit menu.
Edit menu,
Bookmark menu enter plus M.
Bookmark,
Read all space plus G.
Read all space plus G.
Stop text playback enter plus backspace.
So it'll give me a list of some common things. I could hit F for file,
File menu.
enter.
Create file backspace plus N.
I could create a new file,
Open file backspace plus O.
open another file,
Close file.
close,
Save space plus S.
save,
Save as backspace plus S.
save as. So it will give you all those commands. Under the edit menu, you will find the cut, copy, paste, and different select options, as well as find and replace. One final thing to note is that there is a command that they say is helpful. It's Enter A to select all, but much like the backspace O, whenever I do that on this device, I just get that little sound. And I know other people have gotten that as well. So at the time of this recording, that command does not seem to be working. But everything else seems to work exactly as prescribed in the user manual. I'm going to do S chord to save
Saved.
and E chord to get out of this document.
Create file. Editor.
And we're back at the main menu. I hope this was helpful.
More information, contact Jerry Feliz, Access Technology Director. Phone number 857-443-6636. Email felizassistivetech@gmail.com. Thank you.